What's up, everybody? I got 20 years of cyber experience almost exclusively in the GRC space, and I know what works. Here are 7 skills that will actually help you get hired and promoted in GRC. Skill number 1, basic IT foundation. Here's why this matters more than any certification you can get. You cannot govern what you don't understand, period, full stop. I've had candidates come in and talk about implementing controls or saying NIST RMF, but they can't explain the difference between what a server and a workstation is. They want to assess database risks, but they don't know that applications actually connect to databases. So here's what happens in the real world. An executive would ask you, say, what's our risk if we move our email to the cloud? If you don't understand how email works or how data flows or what cloud infrastructure looks like, your risk assessment's going to be garbage. Executives won't trust risk assessments from someone who doesn't understand how the systems actually work. And frankly, they shouldn't. So where do you learn this for free? Well, one great source, Professor Messer's A+ training. Now, this guy's been doing this type of training forever, and his content's very, very good. And he covers all the IT fundamentals that you need. And you don't even need to get the A+ certification. I wouldn't recommend it in the first place because you have to spend money to get it, and it's not really gonna make a difference in distinguishing you from one candidate over another. But get the knowledge that comes with it. There's a link in the description for this one and all the resources I'm going through, and trust me, the foundation will pay dividends throughout your entire career. Regardless if you stay in GRC or go anywhere else, you'll need to know basic IT fundamentals. Skill number 2, computer networking. Now here's the core truth. You need to understand how computers talk to each other because that's exactly how threat actors operate. Let me break it down for you. When an attacker gets into your network, they don't just sit on one machine. They use the network to attack multiple machines. They move laterally to find more valuable assets and communicate back to their own malicious infrastructure. So you need to understand the fundamentals. How are IP addresses assigned? What is DNS? How does it work? How do computers actually find and talk to each other? Because attackers are going to abuse every single one of these mechanisms. And here's what happens in the interview. I'll ask a candidate, an attacker compromised a workstation. Walk me through how that might move to our database server. Now, if you don't understand how computers communicate, how networking routing works, or how DNS can be weaponized, you can't really assess that risk path. But when you understand networking fundamentals, you can think like an attacker. You know that they'll scan for other systems, they'll exploit trust relationships, they might even use DNS tunneling or some other type of tunneling to communicate back to their command and control or C2 servers. This knowledge is crucial for GRC because you need to understand how to protect these networks and detect malicious activity while still allowing legitimate business communications. That's the balance we're always trying to strike here. Cisco Networking Academy has a free introduction to networks course that covers all these fundamentals. It's comprehensive, it's free, and it'll give you the networking foundation that most GRC people are missing. Skill number 3, the cyber kill chain. You have to think like an attacker to defend effectively. Here's the problem. Most GRC analysts assess risk based on compliance checklists, not real world attack scenarios. They're worried about whether we have the right policies documented, but they can't tell you how an actual attacker would compromise their environment. The cyber kill chain shows you how attacks really happen: reconnaissance, weaponization, delivery, exploitation, installation, command and control, and ultimately actions on objective. This isn't theoretical. This is the playbook that attackers are going to use, and they use it every single day. When you understand this, your risk assessments become way more realistic. Instead of generic high, medium, and low ratings, you can actually explain to executives and the business, here's how an attacker would target us. Here's what we're vulnerable to. Here's what we need to do about it. SANS has an excellent kill chain infographic that breaks down this perfectly. It's free, it's visual, and it'll change how you think about cybersecurity risk. Definitely check it out. Skill number 4, risk assessment and management. Now, this is literally your job as a GRC analyst, but most people learn this on the job instead of beforehand. So if you have it beforehand, it's gonna make you quite a compelling candidate. You're paid to identify risks, prioritize them, and communicate them to the business in a way that enables decision making. But here's what I see constantly. People who can fill out risk templates but can't actually think through the risk scenarios. Real risk assessment isn't about checking boxes. It's about understanding threat actors, attack vectors, business impact, likelihood. It's about being able to stand in front of the CEO and say, here's one of 3 risks that could put us out of business, and here's what we can do about them. NIST Special Publication 830, Guide for Conducting Risk Assessments, is the OG gold standard for this. It is a dry read. I love NIST, but I'll be real, it's a tough read, but it is perfect to give you this knowledge. It's government documentation, it's well researched, it's well thought through, and it will teach you practically how to execute a risk assessment systematically. Master this and you'll have like 90% of what GRC candidates who just wing it during interviews will be missing. Number 5, security frameworks. Specifically the NIST Cybersecurity Framework. Now there are a bunch of frameworks. I love NIST Cybersecurity Framework. It gives you the big picture view that separates junior analysts from senior ones. Most people get lost in the weeds of individual security controls. They know we need firewalls and antivirus, but they can't explain how all the pieces fit together strategically. The NIST Cybersecurity Framework organizes everything into 5 simple functions: identify, protect, detect, respond, and recover, and recently added governance. This isn't just a compliance framework, it's a strategic roadmap for how mature organizations think about cybersecurity. And when you understand this framework, you can have executive level conversations. You can explain why we're investing in detection capabilities versus protection, or how our incident response fits into the bigger picture. This is what transforms you from someone who just documents policies to someone who can actually advise on cybersecurity strategy. And guess what? The entire framework is available for free from NIST. Study it, understand it, use it. It's going to be a key differentiator for you, I promise, especially in those junior level job interviews. Skill number 6, cyber threat intelligence. Your risk assessments are worthless if they're based on yesterday's threats. I can't tell you how many risk assessments I've seen that are essentially the same risks organizations have been tracking for the past 5 years. Meanwhile, the threat landscape is evolving constantly. New attack techniques, new threat actors, new vulnerabilities being exploited in the wild. If you're not staying current with what attackers are actually doing today, your risk assessments are going to miss the real threats. And this isn't about becoming a threat intel analyst. It's about understanding the current threat environment so your risk assessments are relevant and actionable. And hey, shameless plug here, our daily cyber threat brief gives you a daily dose of what's happening in the threat landscape. Plus you get to be part of an incredible community of cybersecurity professionals. It's absolutely free, it's daily, and it'll keep you current on what matters. Whether you watched our show or follow other threat intel sources, it doesn't matter to me, but what you do need to do is stay current. Your credibility depends on it, and I can promise you, you will be asked in any job interview for cybersecurity, how do you stay current on the industry? So you want to have a solid answer for that. Skill number 7, documentation and communication. This is the unsexy skill that really will make a big difference. The brutal truth is the best risk analysis in the world means nothing if you can't explain it to executives in a way that they care about and can process. I've seen brilliant technical people who could identify every possible risk scenario, but they couldn't communicate those risks in business terms. They'd present technical jargon to a CEO who just wants to know, what's this gonna cost me and why do I care? GRC is the bridge between technical teams and business leadership, and you need to translate complex technical risks into clear business language. You need to write policies that people will actually follow. You need to present findings that drive action. The skill alone will set you apart from everyone else. Most technical people avoid this, but if you can master both the technical side and the communication side, you become incredibly valuable. You could check out the public speaking masters workshops or groups. They meet monthly for real-time public speaking development. It's free, it's practical, and it'll help you develop the confidence to communicate effectively at any level of the organization. It is done live in Discord. Luke Canfield, Chris Hidalgo run that, and you can connect with them. Like I said, links in the description below. So let's put it all together. These are your 7 free skills that will put you ahead of 99% of GRC candidates. You got your basic IT foundations, because you can't govern what you don't understand. Your computer networking, because everything has networks. Computers talk to networks. We're hyper connected in 2025. The cyber kill chain, so you can see the big picture and think like an attacker. Risk assessment and management. This is actually your job, right? This is the most important thing for a GRC analyst. Security framework, so you can see the big picture and think strategically. Cyber threat intelligence, so you stay current and know what you're up against. And communication, so you can drive action. Now here's the key. These skills work together. They give you that inch deep, mile wide foundation, lets you understand the big picture of cybersecurity while being able to dive deeper when needed. And most candidates have random knowledge scattered across different areas, but when you systematically build on these 7 foundations, you develop the comprehensive understanding that hiring managers are looking for. And look, I get it. It seems like a lot, but remember, All of these resources are free, and you can start with whichever area feels the most relevant to your current situation. And I want to point out, free doesn't not mean not valued, okay? A lot of people confuse free with not having value. These resources are awesome, and they can certainly set you up for success. So don't go like, oh, it's free, forget about it, it's not worth it. Now, if you're looking for something more structured to accelerate your GRC journey, if you're into this GRC, that's exactly what my Definitive GRC Analyst Masterclass does. It takes these 7 foundations plus many more and builds them into a comprehensive 14-week program that has helped over 10,000 different students on their GRC journey. We have tons and tons of case study and examples of successful students. We dive deep into the practical hands-on scenarios. I've got labs for risk, labs for awareness, labs for audit, labs for policy. It's pretty dope. You'll work through all these and think really strategically. But honestly, I want you to start with the free resources first, build that foundation. If you want the extra structure and the extra support, then consider the full course. I'm not really pushing it. All the links I mentioned for the free resources and my course are in the description below. And if this video helped you, share it with a friend, share it on social media. I'm out here trying to help people level up their game in the cybersecurity community and break down walls and break down some of the myths that are out there. Because if everyone is chasing certs, they're going to be missing a lot of the action that actually matters. I'll see you in the next video.